ladies and gentlemen, my name is Anaday. Welcome to Marketing Monday. I am a Twitch streamer, YouTuber, entrepreneur, recently graduated with a bachelor's in entrepreneurship, so I think I am more than qualified to handle this week's Marketing Monday. I thought I'd step in with how busy Atrioc is. Since I'm not nearly as big a creator as Big A, I thought I would kind of borrow his chat just a little bit there. We'll just throw that to the side there as we get started. One sec, my phone's ringing. Hello? Yeah? A cease and desist? ACLU? They can do that? Okay, yeah. Okay, bye. So yeah, never mind. Scratch that. We're not gonna have a chat for this episode of Marketing Monday. Let's just get started a little bit. We got some G Fuel here. Woo! That stuff really gets it going. All right, let's just jump right into the news. So for this week, for Marketing Monday, guys, I want you to think locally, all right? That is the theme of today's episode. Big A over here, he's been a little busy. We got Paper Mario coming up on the 22nd. That is a little over a week away. Atrioc has actually been in the news recently for his achievement of finishing the first Elden Rings boss after 7 hours. So congrats on that. He got some press coverage. Very good marketing W to start out our wins and losses for the week. So let's start with today's agenda. So rent is too damn high, Planet Fitness is raising prices, Apple is struggling, streaming has essentially become cable, you can't stop the United States war machine, China versus the USA, and there is some Atrioc controversy. We did a little bit of investigative journalism for that one, so excited to get into the news. So to start out, rent is too high. We got Jerome Powell over here pretty upset about this. Housing in general is up 5.7%, and it's not looking like it's going down. It's keeping the inflation rates higher than they want. After doing a little bit of research into this problem, I found a news story about a company that is looking to actually solve this issue. So it's a little brand you may or may not have heard of, Skittles. Skittles has come in with the W of the week to fix the housing crisis that we are seeing in the United States currently. They are offering an entire year's rent for a 353 square foot apartment in downtown Manhattan. It has some amazing amenities, such as the bed doubles as a wall, multiple purpose room, it's just one room. Basically all the amenities, it is a box. It's a shoe box that they're giving away for free. We're in the middle of a dire housing crisis. Basically, depending on the city, one of the biggest issues is that there just isn't enough houses being built and put on the market, whether that's apartment complexes or houses, which has pushed people who would usually be looking to buy a house right now back into the renting market, making them need to rent, which is taking more rentals off the market, making it even harder to find a reasonably priced apartment. And of course, the landlords are just price gouging, making the cost of housing stay continuously high, causing the inflation to stay at all-time highs. And it's kind of a snake eating itself kind of situation, where if they lowered the interest rate, it would make houses more accessible for getting a mortgage, which would then make renting or a less attractive offer for those who are actually looking to buy a house, because then they would have the ability to buy a house because the mortgage rates would be lower. So they can't lower the inflation rates without raising the interest rates. And if they lower the interest rates, then the inflation would go higher, because then there would be more money in the market. So it's just an all-around not great situation. But thankfully, for our first win of the week, Skittles has found a solution just by giving away apartments. So if you want to actually get this for yourself, just look up Skittles Littles, look it up, and you can enter before the end of the month. I think it's May 20 something, probably May 22nd, just like Paper Mario Day. Who's not excited for that? Next up, we have Chris Rondeau. So you may or may not know who this person is. Actually, you probably have no idea who this person is. Chris Rondeau is the CEO of Planet Fitness. Who doesn't love Planet Fitness? A great place to get a workout. And oops, he's gone. So the board has ousted Chris Rondeau late last year, and they've recently found a replacement for him. But they basically ousted him without any reasoning. They didn't tell him, they didn't give him any prior notice. This wasn't something that they planned. They just kicked him right off onto the street. And after that news, the stock tumbled 15%, and it hasn't really done that much better since. And then a week after they kicked him out as the CEO, they kept him on the board, but then they added a new policy for recouping the incentives of compensation. 2 weeks later, they decided to add this policy, and the policy for recoupment is literally to take back cash or stock and pull it back from the prior CEO. His goal for the company was growth, right? He worked at the first store 30 years ago, worked his way up until he became the CEO, and then he was the CEO for about 20 years. He was really passionate about the brand, about the mission, which is to get people off the couch, get them working out, get them in shape, and his goal was to open as many stores as possible to get as many young people in their doors. So he had this mission to basically open as many stores as possible, but it seems like the new board is not wanting to do that. The board would rather make money. So while the finances of the company look pretty well, so why was he ousted, right? What was the goal of ousting the CEO? Well, we'll never know because he has been asked not to talk to the press. He's no longer working at the company, but they have found a new replacement. And after the announcement, the shares fell 17%. They did not like the fact that they just took the CEO of a very passionate person who's been part of this brand, who's really built up the business, a couple hundred stores, thousands of stores over his career. So they implemented this new CEO to do, I guess, raising the price. So they're raising the price from $10 to $15, and their justification seems to be because they can. They honestly could not give a better reason to analysts or investors on the call, just saying, yeah, we think people will deal with it because they've been seeing every other aspect of their life raise in price. So why not screw them over a little bit more and consistently raise the prices? I honestly could not tell you why they decided to do this, but we're going to give it a W. This is our second win for the week. Planet Fitness has managed to instill the Grussel mindset into people, basically saying, get your money up, not your funny up. And if you want a gym membership, you're going to have to work for it. So I think this is a marketing W for Planet Fitness. That's all I can say about it. Next up, we have Apple. If you've been following the news with Apple, or you've seen the other Marketing Mondays, you'll see that their iPhone sales are down, which is their leading generation of profit. They have cut the Vision Pro's production because people have been returning them. They're just not buying them. After 10 years of development, they ended the Apple Car project. The stock has been up, but not nearly as much as its competitors. If you look at the overall market, you'll see Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Meta, they're all up more than 30% each for the year, some as high as almost 100%. Huge growth in the tech sector over the last year, and sadly for Apple, they're just not keeping up with the trends. Even worse news, they came out with this ad. People hated it. This got wall-to-wall coverage from everyone hating the fact that Apple took a bunch of stuff people love and crushed it and basically said, yeah, fuck your cool creative things, buy an iPad. Apple apologized for its ad and basically pulled all of its plans to bring it out to the world. And Tim Cook is not happy about this, as you can see. I mean, personally, I thought the ad was pretty cool. It's very visually appealing. I can understand the mindset that went into it, but it was just a big flop for Apple. But what is good news? Apple been on a hiring spree for years now. This is an article for 2021. They've been acquiring other companies. They've been bringing on more engineers. They've been really focusing on their SoC and chip design architecture that they've been manufacturing through TSM. And they're now moving into the AI chip space, which is good news for competition in the data center space. That's going to power OpenAI, that's going to power Google, Amazon, Facebook, all of these giant tech conglomerates who are trying to push the envelope with AI, who are struggling to find chips because the only company that does AI data processing is NVIDIA, and NVIDIA has strongholded the market. So Apple, who has been collecting basically like little Funko Pops, specialized engineers for processor architecture design, they've not been using them the best way they could. They've unveiled the M line, which has transformed their MacBooks and their iPads. Other than that, the public, the majority of people are not getting the benefit of the work that these engineers, manufacturing experts are doing. So this is good news. I'm actually giving this a marketing W. While it's a marketing L for the market, it's a marketing W for you guys who are going to see the benefit of some of the world's best engineers and actually helping the public by doing things that are beneficial for the world. I think that's a win for everybody. Next up, we have streaming is become cable. So this week, Disney has announced with Warner Brothers that they're essentially partnering to build a bundle so that people no longer have to do the tedious task of individually picking streaming platforms. They can just bundle together the largest two and Netflix, and then there you go. You have cable, but it's on the internet. And as the companies have been consolidating, conglomerating, Paramount has been in talks of broken up or acquired. It doesn't look like there's many other companies big enough that are even able to acquire such a property. Sony doesn't have the cash on hand. Warner Brothers is full of a bunch of debt after their Discovery merger and divestment from AT&T. Hulu was acquired by Disney already, so there really is not a lot of competition that could even buy Paramount, but Paramount is saddled with debt, doesn't really have many buyers that are serious or have the potential to buy them. So who knows where Paramount is going in the next coming months or years. But basically, this is a L for everyone. There's less options in the streaming market. The prices are going up. The content is getting worse. And overall, legacy media just sucks. So big fat marketing L. But hopefully, maybe if Disney has something to say about Warner Media and part of this bundle, they will take some of those properties that Warner did not want to pay licensing fees, and maybe Disney will pick up these properties now that they have this close partnership with Warner. It's not like I saw any analysts talking about that, but that's just like a hope I have. Maybe we'll see some of those properties that Warner has refused to release with Disney's involvement. So we got Wartime, one of my most exciting segments of the show. As you know, there's an ongoing war in Gaza. Students have been protesting it. Dark Brandon has been recently said that he's going to stop sending weaponry and actually taking back some of the weaponry that they've sent Israel. But this has not affected the stock prices. Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, you got Raytheon, Boeing, pretty much all of them are doing good. They're not exceeding the market or anything, but they have been surviving, if not thriving, due to the ongoing conflict. So this is actually going to be a W for the military-industrial complex. So I know how much you guys love Gamba. So if you guys want to gamble on the existential crisis of World War III, you can buy into DFEN. I own DFEN. DFEN is a 3x leverage fund for aerospace and defense, basically the U.S. military-industrial complex. It's outperformed the market 2 times over the last year, but the problem with a 3x leverage fund is it's like gambling, but probably worse odds because one event can completely wipe out your investment. So 5 years ago when the market crashed during COVID, because it's a 3x leverage fund that goes each day, one day of bad market can completely tank it. But I don't see Biden coming out and saying that world peace has come. So the likelihood of a black swan event, such as the market completely crashing or world peace happening, I just don't see happening. So if you want to gamble on the likelihood of World War III or the likelihood of world peace, buy in to a 3x leverage fund of aerospace and defense. And, you know, it's a win-win situation. It's a win for all of you guys. So if the world goes to shit, you will make money. If the world becomes perfect, you'll lose money, but at least you'll feel good knowing that the world's a better place. So it's a win-win for everyone, really. The only losers are the people who want to divest from the people that are supporting genocide. So if that's something you're not comfortable with, maybe don't buy into the military-industrial complex. I don't know. Maybe don't fund the people who make the bombs. That's an option. But gambling is cool. So yeah. Next up, we have a mini series of What's Up Beijing.
我在北京
So, you guys all remember the spy balloon we saw over the US. It was everywhere. Everyone heard about it. So after that, Xi Jinping came to San Francisco, hugged it out with Biden. They settled their differences. But then a couple months later, Biden says, that's it. I'm banning TikTok. I'm done with China. China's a big fat L. Which hand do I got? It's flipped. So what China did was they unveiled the solar eclipse, which then temporarily, if not permanently, blinded millions of Americans. And because of this, Biden, in his old age, has decided that enough is enough. and is introducing new tariffs, and obviously, as we know, has banned TikTok. So next week, he's expected to unveil tariffs against electric cars and other manufacturing that he's trying to bolster in the US. This is basically an extension of the Build Back America bill that went through. It's taking those things that he's focused on, whether it's battery technology or electric vehicles, and basically trying to limit the competition that China can bring into the US market, kind of help build up those industries that he's trying to fund through these programs. So this is a marketing L. So as we know, Biden is banning TikTok, and because of that, it's a marketing L. And finally, we have some Atrioc controversy. So I was scrolling through his Reddit looking for some things to talk about this week, and I saw this post about how Atrioc's hat is over $10 more expensive than the same priced hat on Amazon. And looking into this, it seems to be the truth. And I don't even know if Atrioc makes his own merch. As you can see, I've contacted a whistleblower who has told me that Atrioc not only has stolen the design of his merchandise, but he's literally stolen the merchandise off the back of a truck, and that is why it is a marketing W. He's making 100% profit off his merchandise. He doesn't actually make it. He just steals it from the bankruptcy liquidators and resells it to us. It's a huge marketing W. So as you can see, Atrioc doesn't even have a real picture of his hat on his website. He literally just put a PNG on a hat and put it on his website. So huge marketing W for Atrioc. Is a big mogul move. Atrioc, if you want me to give you the information on that whistleblower and do some bowing to him, I have made a section of my website, zinnaday.com/Atrioc, because one of my biggest inspirations in life once told me, never, 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 ever, ever work for free. Never do that. Terrible idea. I think it was somebody starts with an A. So because of this, I've put up this episode of Marketing Monday on my website, zinnaday.com/Atrioc. It's on sale, $9.99, one-time payment. You get a download to this PowerPoint presentation so you can use it for your own Marketing Monday. It has links to all the news sources that I used and some notes. And yeah, if you want to just cut me out of the video, you can spend $999 to have this Marketing Monday. It's all yours, just a one-time payment. But I'm giving you an ultimatum. If you don't want to spend $999, I will settle for you going to realroma.shop, my business. So I am an entrepreneur, as I mentioned, and I started a company called Aesthetic Cologne. We make amazing smelling cologne, we being me, and we'll ship it right to your door. Very cool. It's $35. Use code glizzy for 15% off. And if you buy a bottle of cologne and send me some of your merchandise, I will let you have this video. That is it. Thank you guys for watching this week's Marketing Monday. I look forward to seeing more of you guys subscribe. I'm making content every week, and thank you for watching. And I can't wait to see you guys in chat for May 22nd, Paper Mario Day. So excited. So I'll see you guys there. The Glizzy Maestro himself, if he's watching, thank you for watching. Bye. Woo! That stuff really gets it going. All right. I actually sniffed that in my nose by accident. That is horrendous. I hope that's not going to kill me.